After testing many different air purifiers at different prices and for various purposes, this time we'll show you a review of one of the top quality air purifiers. It's the Molekule Air, a top-of-the-range device designed for rooms up to 600 square feet. A lot of questions have been raised around this model, mainly since many divided opinions can be found on the internet about the quality and efficiency of the Molekule Air. So, this video will show the tests we have carried out. The results will reveal whether the Molekule Air is worth buying. But before we get started, press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Although the setup is not very complicated, Molekule Air still requires a few steps before starting it for the first time. The first and most important thing to do is to extract the power cord and insert it into the bottom of the device. The filters are already inserted into the machine, so the next step is to place the air purifier in the desired location, at least 20 centimeters from the wall or other objects. Plug it in and switch it on. What positively surprised everyone when they first touched the Molekule Air is the design, the build quality, and the superior feel that the device leaves. The Molekule Air's casing is silver in color, almost entirely coated in aluminum. The grills on the top are white and plastic. The designers have thought of every detail, so the vegan-friendly leather carrying handle is a great addition and makes carrying this slightly heavier device much easier. In fact, the Molekule Air is such a stylish air purifier that it will blend aesthetically into almost any ambiance. The Molekule Air is cylindrical in shape, with filters placed along the entire length of the device. The air purifier draws in air through a small 360-degree opening at the bottom. The air is then filtered and exits through the openings on the top of the device. The Molekule Air has a display built into the top of the device through which the device is operated. The screen is round and touch-sensitive, perhaps a little smaller than it should be, so sometimes it does not respond to touch as well as you would like. During startup, you'll see the room size selection settings on the screen. The next screen will show the settings for choosing silent, auto, or boost mode. The next screen shows the dark mode setting used to turn the UVC light on or off. The next screen swipe shows the power button. And the last screen shows the current filter wear. When switching the device on, you can select one of the room sizes offered: less than 200 square feet, 200 square feet to 400 square feet, and greater than 400 square feet, which basically only determines the engine power for the auto mode option. This means that auto mode cannot literally be labeled as auto mode and is, in fact, readjusted according to the room size selection. The Molekule Air is a smart air purifier that offers the possibility to connect to a smart app. Unfortunately, we have tried unsuccessfully with several different devices to connect the smart app to the Molekule Air purifier. Many users have problems connecting the app to the air purifier, so we must mark this as one significant disadvantage. The app is very poorly rated in the App Store. The Molekule Air is a large air purifier that uses patented PICO filtration technology. The filtration system is combined with two layers, a pre-filter and a PICO filter. The first filtration stage is the pre-filter, basically a simple MERV 12 filter, which aims to keep all large particles from reaching the PICO filter. The second stage of filtration is the PICO filter, which is essentially a photoelectrochemical oxidation technology. Pico can destroy airborne particles smaller than 0.3 microns, which means it can probably remove bacteria and viruses from your home, all thanks to the fact that Pico technology works in combination with UV light. Pico differs from HEPA filters because HEPA filters trap airborne particles, while Pico breaks down airborne particles at a molecular level. For more information on filtration, see the detailed review at airpurifierfirst.com. As we said before, the Molekule Air uses two filters that change at different periods. The pre-filter should be changed on average every 3 months and the Pico filter on average every 6 months. The replacement process is basically straightforward. First, the air purifier must be opened by opening the top cover. Place your hand on it, push it down, and turn it counterclockwise. Pull out the Pico filter and remove the pre-filter that slides at the bottom. Prepare a new Pico filter by removing all packaging. Do the same with the pre-filter. Take the pre-filter out of the drawer and replace it with a new, fresh pre-filter. Do the same with the Pico filter. Finally, seal the top cover and your machine is ready to work. When it comes to the noise level test, the Molekule Air is specific in a way. Realistically, the Molekule Air has 3 speeds because, as we mentioned before, auto mode is not actually a true auto mode, but a predefined speed that depends on the pre-marked room size. Accordingly, in quiet mode, the Molekule Air produces a sound of 42 dBA. In auto mode, it produces a sound between 42.9 to 48.8 dBA. While in boost mode, it produces a noise level of 67.4 dBA. It's worth noting that the Molekule is very loud in boost mode, but quiet in silent mode, and can easily be used in the bedroom in that mode. Although the Molekule Air is a bulky device, the power of the 80-watt engine is much higher than we expected. The ultraviolet light alone, which is an integral part of Pico filtration, consumes about 13.3 watts. In standby mode, the Molekule Air consumes 1.2 watts, while in boost mode, it consumes 69.3 watts. If you were to leave the Molekule running in boost mode 24 hours a day for 1 month, your electricity bill would increase by about $6. In addition to the slightly higher electricity consumption, we should point out that the price of replacement filters is high, especially considering that the Pico filter needs to be replaced twice a year, and the pre-filter 4 times a year. In general, although the Molekule is a little more expensive to maintain, I don't think this will be such a problem for buyers who decide to purchase this model. Most of the controversy is about the performance of this model. The Molekule Air is designed for spaces up to 600 square feet, according to the manufacturer's specifications. We tested the Molekule Air in a 320 square foot room. The Molekule Air improved the air quality by about 88% in 60 minutes of work in boost mode. In another test, in a 560 square foot room, the Molekule did much worse, improving the air quality by about 70% in 60 minutes of work. The overall conclusion is that the Molekule Air works. It cleans the air much more slowly and less effectively than some cheaper competing devices. We expected much more from a device in this price range. The Molekule Air was placed in a glass box, which was then filled with smoke. See how long it takes to remove all the smoke from the box. Many users are looking for an answer to the main question: does the Molekule Air work? And is it worth buying? The Molekule Air is a premium air purifier with a superior build quality and a premium design. However, when it comes to performance and other specifications, not everything is so wonderful. The Molekule Air will undoubtedly clean the air in your room, but not nearly as efficiently or as well as you would expect from a device in this price range. We would definitely recommend the Molekule Air to users looking for a good air purifier, for whom the price of the device is not a problem. But you should also be aware of the drawbacks that this model has. See the detailed review at airpurifierfirst.com. All links can be found in the video description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That's it for now.